Okay, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret that you may or may not already know. I am not a huge fan of The Secret. Yes, the guidebook to manifesting everything you've ever wanted, from your dream job to a Lamborghini to a cover model body or cover model partner. I'm not such a huge fan. My mother bought me the book for the first time when I was in high school, and she's bought me a few other copies of it since, and given it to other people. Which you might think is strange, Kay. You run a channel on spirituality. All spiritual people love talking about the secret and manifesting and getting everything that you ever wanted. Shouldn't that be part of your shtick? Well, no, actually, it's not. And maybe I should tell you a little bit why. Basically, it sums up as this. You can't get everything you ever wanted, so deal with it. Maybe it's just not part of your karma to have that car. Maybe it's just not part of your karma to have that relationship. Maybe you aren't meant to have a $7 million home in the Hamptons. Well, maybe that's just not for you. And my issue with The Secret and manifesting is this idea that we should be able to have anything we want. We can have any life that we want if we just work hard enough. Well, bullshit. Not only is it maybe not for you, but if by asking for it again and again and injecting your will into the world to manifest this thing that isn't part of your karma, isn't part of your destiny, there's a good chance you're going to generate a tremendous amount of harm for yourself. Ooh, harm. Did he just say harm? Did he just say that something dangerous is happening with manifesting? Yeah, I did. Because there are some of you out there who do have special abilities when it comes to willfulness, that your will can generate reality really strongly. But you know what? That's not necessarily a good thing. Because from a more spiritual point of view, our job as human beings is to have the experiences we have, to learn and grow from them, but to move into a space of non-doership. A place where we stop pushing and pulling at life and instead embrace what is, and thereby not generate new karma. This is a big concept, but just basically, karma, bad. Even good karma, not so good. You don't want to have to keep going through things. It's better to just reach a point where you're free and uninhibited by life's pushing and pulling on you. But so long as you keep wanting and trying to manifest and do things in the world, you're gonna keep getting it. Now wait a minute, Kay, didn't you say that the video was about manifesting everything you want? This topic seems to be a little bit misleading. Are you actually going to get there? Why, yes I am. So, point is, when you can reach a state of not caring, of not necessarily even wanting anything, but you're just in this expression of gratitude and contentment, this being the key word, contentment, then everything opens up for you. But it's not about the things that you necessarily want, it's about the things that you need. And those things that you need just flow in an unobstructed way that's absolutely beautiful. And if you absolutely positively do need to get involved with something because it's just you're the right person at the right time and you have to engage, even if it feels like it's coming from a place of willfulness, you'll have a much better result than just going in there and rah, like you normally would have. The key to manifesting everything you've ever wanted is to deeply surrender to whatever circumstances are currently existing. To truly say, I am here now without judgment, without pushing and pulling. I just surrender and accept. I accept the state of my mind, I accept the state of my body, I accept the state of the world, and I find peace with it. And from that stillness, if we need something, we then ask. But we do it rarely. And we do it when needed, not all the time. When we try to live in this state of non-doership, of just going with the flow of life, I promise you, things will have worked out so much better than you could have ever contrived through willfulness. Every time something I desperately wanted didn't happen, it turned out to be such a blessing in hindsight. Like I would have been miserable or destroyed if I had gotten that thing that I had really hoped for. And every time I've just let go and let life take the way, I have felt so blessed. I mean, this is the ironic thing. By getting to the point where you want nothing and you just accept life on its terms as it is, you get everything. You get joy, you get contentment, you get all of your needs met. You start living in a mindset of abundance and flow that there's enough. Things are working out. There's joy, there's love, there's laughter, there's community, there's connection, there's everything. Wanting it more, trying to manufacture a life that you think will make you happy, won't necessarily make you happy, it will usually make you miserable. Instead, we relax. We find joy with what is. We find gratitude for what is. And through that surrender, things work out. And then when you need to manifest something, when it's important that something comes into your life, because you haven't been pressing the gas pedal all the time, you haven't been exhausting your resources with that, it's much more likely to show up. But when you're living in flow, you don't even really need to ask. The things that you need just come to you. So do this with me. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Take a deep breath again. And just notice where you are. Notice your body, notice your mind, notice your heart, notice your emotions. And just accept. Accept whatever you're feeling. Accept whatever your reality is right here, right now. Accept the uncomfortable things. The belly rolls, the cellulite, the gray hair, the pain. Accept the good things, the love, the joy you feel, the vibrancy emanating from your core, from your heart. Just be present and accept. There's nothing you need to be, there's nothing you need to do. Life's taking care of it for you. Realize how Spirit has had your back throughout. That when things didn't work out the way you wanted, how if you're being honest with yourself, probably was for the best. One of my favorite quotations is, in the end, only 3 things matter. How much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things that were never meant for you. That's who I want to be. Go with the flow, man. Surrender. Go with God. Go with truth. Go with consciousness. Go with Gaia. Whatever you want to call it. You want to manifest everything you need? And start with just accepting where you are. And realize that you already have everything you need. To some extent. If you didn't, you wouldn't be alive right now. Because if it was something you actually needed, then you wouldn't be able to survive without it. You're doing okay. It's all okay. It's all okay. Just relax. You're doing just fine. And when you can find peace in this moment, that's where magic happens. You hear stories of these evolved saints who would dwell in a state of non-doership, a state of acceptance, deep radical acceptance, and these mystical things would constantly happen around them, like wild animals coming to sit in their laps, or finding troves of treasure, because the universe said, oh, they don't care. Just flow through them. The impossible becomes possible when you stop caring. And just come here. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I'm Kay. Check out my book, Journey to the Ecstatic Self. Maybe look at joining us on Patreon. It's a pleasure to be here with you today.